Welcome, Triton Nation, to this installment of your home broadcast of the Iowa Central Tritons going up against ASA Miami Community College in this football matchup at the Upper Iowa University home field. We're going to see a neutral matchup in this one. Currently, you are listening to Hank Ambrose, and I am joined with my co-host, Link Clay. How you doing, Link?
Good, man. It's a good change of scenery here. This is a nice stadium.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for this one. They're playing a school all the way from Florida. They traveled up here to Upper Iowa University. Wanted to see a neutral affair in this one, and man, ASA Miami, they are a tough school. They're coming into this one with a record of 3-1, and they have shut out every single opponent so far on the season besides Snow College. They lost in that game 27-6, and we know how great Snow College is, of course. We've seen them play us just 2 weeks ago, and it was very lopsided affair in that one. We were home for that game. We did lead the score to 3-3 in the first half, and then they went out guns a-blazing in the second half. So hey, I'm still super excited for this one. It's going to be a really close one. We have some really interesting matchups going on in this one as well. We know that Brady Pope, it looked like he was dealing with an injury just a week ago. Byron Jarrett stepped up, and he stepped up big, and it looks like he may be starting again. Not really for sure, rumors around. We will see for sure at opening kickoff who will be starting, of course. And man, I love this Triton team. I'm super excited to see who go in there. And another player that has been stepping up is Dalen Bodie. He's been filling in a lot of running back roles, and I think he's going to have a big impact in this game. Of course, we saw how great our receiving core was just a week ago when we came out with the first victory in a few weeks at home, so that felt really good. I believe that the Trends are heading into this one with the momentum as we've played more games on the season, and we are closer, of course, and we are just excited to be here, Link.
Oh, absolutely.
Besides any of that and some precautions of going into this game, what else are you excited for, Link?
I'm just excited to see how this goes down. You know, this is a big game, like you were mentioning, and I'm really hoping that we could walk out of here and drive home with a win today.
Absolutely. I mean, we did have to drive some ways, of course. It's a neutral affair. It's going to be really excited, the first postseason debut. And Iowa Central will have yet another game going up against in this one. As we're watching the players still warm up, we got about 5 minutes to go before the opening kickoff. But otherwise, that'll be it from us for the pregame little show for there. So catch back to me and Link at the start of quarter number 1. We are ready to go in this one now, and the Tritons will be receiving the opening kickoff. Here comes the kick now from Corey Barnes. The lefty's going to kick it real back deep in the woods, and that'll be caught there. And here comes a return now for Anik McKenzie, and he's going to make a man miss, and he may be open field. He's going to make his way up to the 43-yard line. Wow, way to start us off, Anik McKenzie for the Iowa Central Tritons. He went big time. He's ready to go today. I mean, we can't emphasize enough how ready these guys are today. We got to ride with them over on the bus, and they were excited. They were pumped up, and the Tritons are ready to go here. And it looks like Byron Jarrett will start off as the starting quarterback in this one. We did have some pregame discussion to see if it'll be him or Brady Pope. Maybe Pope still has an injury dealing with, or we'll just ride the hot hand because Byron Jarrett came off a stellar game just a week ago. I'd love to see it. In the shotgun now. He's going to do a little swing pass out to Bodie. Dalen Bodie, he'll work his way. He'll gain just a few. Look like he's going to get about halfway to a first down there, be out at about the 50-yard line. And there's that guy I was talking about who was so good just a week ago. I mean, he's not the primary back. We got Washington in as the running back one, but he's filled in and has came up big a lot. Remind me a lot of like a Boston Scott, the way he receives the ball, a receiving back, if you will. He can do it all. So we're back there now, second and about 4, at about the 50, and we will do a handoff now for Body, and man, he's going to be clobbered up there. The defense sniffed him out there. And that's going to stop us just short of a first down, bringing it to 3rd and 3 now. 14 minutes remaining. We're already a minute into this one, Link. Shotgun formation. And it looked like we might have had a man jump in motion.
That's the thing that always used to get us back in high school. That is something that's just really unfortunate.
I think it might be called on Jace Levy. Not for sure. He's the one that threw the trick pass for a touchdown just a week ago. A very versatile guy for this Triton offense as well. And that'll back him up a few years. Well, it looks like the officials are talking it over. Not for sure the call currently. It looks like they will pick up the flag. Yes, they will, and we will resume with a 3rd and short here, looking like a 3rd and 3 on the Triton 49-yard line. 13 minutes and 57 seconds remain here. Bodie's back there. We see trips to the right in a shotgun formation. And here comes a man in motion. No, he's going to go right back to the trips. Could be a wide receiver screen here. No, we're not going to see it early on. And it looks like our man will succumb to the pressure. Byron Jarrett tried stepping up, but his offensive line collapsed, and so did he. And that'll bring us to the first 4th down of the game. Looks like Coach Montalto will call on the punting unit. So on will come out Jacob Tokheim. And back to return is Christian Simon for ASA Miami. The Silver Storm starting off really hot in this one, not allowing the Tritons to go on early to get a first down. What do you think about that, Link?
I mean, we were going into this game knowing that, our opponent was a very, very good team here, so I'm hoping the Tritons can put in all that energy they had this morning on the ride over here and come back with a win.
That's exactly right there. I'm excited to see who we'll see come out for ASA Miami, the starting quarterback as well, because they have played 4 quarterbacks this year. George Pearson has been the sophomore stud so far in this one. He's wearing the number 12, and it looks like he will get the start. I see him coming out to the field right now, but like you said with the defense deal right there, Link, they only allow 98 yards a game, 43 rush yards, and 54 passing yards. So it's a huge test today for the Tritons, but I got a good feeling they can do it.
Absolutely.
Here comes George Pearson now in the shotgun. He will just dump it off to his tailback. And it looks like he's going to be tripped up right about at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 will turn from the 1st and 10 as we will have 12 and a half minutes remaining in the first quarter. That was Alec Whibble, the sophomore back that got that one. He reminds me a lot of our Washington, a halfback really, using him on passing downs. And there goes a throw over the middle. Flag is thrown near the safety. Uh-oh. It looks like we could have a defensive holding called. It looks like it'll be against the Tritons. I missed the number there. It might be Ahmad Glass there, not for sure entirely, as the official is pointing at him.
It's number 20. It's a spot foul.
And they will get E.J. Perry, actually, not Ahmad Glass on the call there. I think the tight end just went out, wanted to do a crossing route, so that'll bring it to an automatic first down and a move the change for about 15 yards. So 12 minutes and 15 seconds remain as the ball will be on the Silver Storm 36. And that is a cool college football team name, man.
Oh.
Sounds just like a superhero.
Yeah,
And I bet these Miami folk, they're not expecting anything from Iowa, really. I'm a totally different culture and climate change here. And that's going to be a short handoff for a gain about 2. 2nd and 8 now as the ball will advance to the 39-yard line on the Silver Storm side as they will have 2 halfbacks in there. I see Whibble and Kayshawn Holmes. It's going to be in the gun here. 2 wide receivers offset to each side. It's going to be a short curl route, and it's going to be caught. And that's going to bring him real close to a first down. He might have got it. It looks like they will move the change, so a first down will be made. Excellent throw and catch there from George Pearson, throwing it all the way to his guy, Christian Simon, who was out there returning the punt not too long ago. Way to get everyone involved early. Alec Whibble, and he has no answer in the run game as he goes back-to-back, stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 as the Tritons' rush defense looks absolutely on point. And, the Triton secondary, of course, they've had to battle some injuries, one of them being Kingston McKinstry, really their leader among all the defensive backs. But we've had a lot of guys fill in the roles, Major Williams being one of them, and he was in there that time to cause the eruption there. So 10 minutes and 48 seconds remain in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 at the Storm 46-yard line about there. And here comes a handoff back to Whibble, and he's going to be stopped for a tackle for a loss. Tristan Waugh was in there along with one of our linebackers, not for sure who. I think it was Garrett Olendyke. He came in there screaming. I actually think it was Brian Barrier, actually. Yep, it was Brian Barrier. I could tell by his long flowing hair. He got in there and absolutely sandwiched Whibble. So now, the first third down for the Silver Storm. 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 here. Looks like we're going to have an audible call. Trips off to the right in the shotgun. And they could call whatever they want here. They got a whole wide variety in the playbook for 3rd and long. Here comes the swing pass out to Whibble, and Whibble hasn't gained a single yard in this one yet, and he's going to be tracked back behind the line of scrimmage once again. All 4 touches to Whibble, and it hasn't passed the line of scrimmage. Great job recognizing who the star players on the Silver Storm team for the Iowa Central Tritons, as they're going to stop them, and it's going to bring out the punting unit for the Silver Storm out of ASA Miami, bringing it to a 4th and about 12, but regardless, I'd say it's a guaranteed punt here. You don't want to go for it early, and now the Tritons would be on your side of the field, so let's just play it safe here. If you were an ASA Miami fan, we'd like to welcome all the ASA Miami fans joining us on the broadcast today. Thank you for tuning in. And it looks like it's going to be Jose Abreu. No, it'll be Corey Barnes back there. He did the kickoff too, which is interesting because usually we see the main kicker, of course, the point after attempt kicker, kicking the kickoff, but they're going to roll with their punter. That's why I thought it was Jose Abreu for just a second there. But no, it'll be Corey Barnes as they're going to move him back. I think the play clock ticked all the way down, which is a fine strategy as they're just trying to pin their guy back. He's got a heck of a leg on him. He can reach the end zone, and it's going to be over his head now as the Tritons are going to get back to him, and they're going to pick up the ball. Yes! A turnover on downs after a poor snap. Way to go. And that'll be Bayal Coney jumping on the football. He's not necessarily a starter between the defensive side. He is a defensive back, but an absolute beast when it comes to special teams. He knows his role, and he jumped on the ball as soon as he could. Bayal Coney, way to go. And now that'll bring it to a first. Will it be a first and how close is that? It's looking like it'll be on the 19-yard line. 1st and 10, 8 minutes and 45 seconds will remain. Byron Jarrett back in the shotgun as we're going to roll with Body once again. Which makes me wonder if Jaden Washington is injured, because I didn't think that Body would be this involved early on. Here comes a handoff for Levy. Levy makes 3 men miss and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he might have lost a yard there. But, hey, I love the hustle.
It's the effort that counts.
Oh, wait, we might have, it looks like 48's helmet just came off there. So he will have to be subbed out. Of course, when your helmet comes off, you have to be subbed out for precautionary reasons. That was Robert Andres that had to come out onto the sideline now. 8.5 minutes ticking away now, just under it in this first quarter. So we're going to have Byron Jarrett in the shotgun. Bodie's back there. Levy will be in motion. Doubles to the left. And here comes a handoff for Body. Body. Oh, man. I respect the heck out of Body for their taking 2 shots at the same time from the left to the right. That was a big-time hit, and that can really rupture your head, what you're thinking there. I mean, he's going to have a lot of motivation to be the lead back, the starting back coming into this one. I think I would assume that ASA Miami would have predicted Washington would be getting the lead carries early on in this one. So maybe it's a little discombobulation early on just to trick them out here. And here comes a shotgun now, a pass, and Byron Jarrett to roll out. He's just going to have to throw it away. A lot of pressure got to him there. They have a lot of really good edge rushers, and that's exactly what did it to him that time. Tritons yet to pick up a first down in this one, but they start off in the red zone on the Silver Storm side. So now we'll see a field goal being lined up for Colin Swigman. Now, way back in the first week for the NJCAA football, Colin Swigman was the Special Teams Player of the Week, not just for the Triton team, but for all of the NJCAA. So he's a great kicker, got a lot of accuracy. Let's see if he can hit it here. It's going to be up. And they're going to say no good, off to the right. Oh, my goodness. I jinxed it there for him. So the score will remain the same, 0-0, with 7 minutes and 17 seconds left. Wow. A lot of action early on there, Link. What do you think about that?
I mean, what an impressive first quarter. I mean, really, if you think about it, both these teams really do not want each other to score. And they're going to go to the best of their ability to prevent that from happening. And we just are playing to the top of our game right now. You know, we've already, like you said, been in the red zone, and it just, you know, we got a little too much pressure on there, and unfortunately did not get the touchdown, but we're still playing a very good game as of right now.
It's just rough. I mean, the Tritons are going to be kicking themselves in the foot for the rest of the game for missing that. You can't start much better than that. I mean, starting in your opponent's red zone, and you're going to give up a score, going to give up a inside the 5 opportunity, then you're going to give up a field goal opportunity, and it's just rough now. George Pierce now looks like he's going to call his own number. Quarterback draw, going to have to scramble around, and he'll be slid down and tackled before he can meet any of the Triton linebackers, and I don't blame him there because those are big, mean, nasty guys. I mean, they will really mess your day up, and we're starting here at 1 p.m., and I'm wondering if they got to eat their lunch, because if they didn't, they're extra hungry, tell you what.
Being a former lineman myself, I know exactly how that feels.
Keshawn Holmes back back there at tailback, and he will get a halfback outside call his own way. Major Williams didn't necessarily make the tackle, but he pushed him out of bounds. And there you go. Whatever gets the job done if you're Major Williams. I mean, we've seen him shine in a variety of ways this season, and he gets it done there for the Tritons. He's in there. He's playing safety for today. Of course, he's got that cast on, but he got a pick six just a week ago. A total highlight of a player. I mean, he can do it all. D1 commit for the University of Virginia. Here we go now. And we're going to get some pressure right away before the words can even fall out of my mouth. The Tritons get there and sack the quarterback. The first sack of the day going against George Pearson. Wow, the Tritons came in screaming there, and they're going to force another fourth down right away. And 5 minutes and 45 seconds will continue to tick away. And, I mean, last time we seen a punt from them, of course, it went way south for them. And now it looks like their punter's going to be way back in his own end zone, Corey Barnes. If you're Corey Barnes, you're not having a great start to the game of football so far in this one. He's got his 2 feet in his own end zone, and Triton's looking like they're going to rush just about everyone here. But he will get it off. Not going to go super far, as it's going to be picked up and returned now, and it may be, a lot of distance there. Looks like wearing the number 4, CJ Christian picked it up and took off with it. Way to go, CJ Christian. Heads up play there. He let it take a bounce once, which is pretty risky because you never know what's going to happen after it takes that first bounce link. I mean, it could go forwards, backwards, to the side. It could hit off your foot, and then next thing you know, it could be a turnover on downs because of a fumble. But no, he let it bounce. He just got the little rebound there, I guess you could call it, and he took off with it. And now the Tritons will be starting off on the Silver Storm 34-yard line with 5 minutes to the T remaining in this first quarter. Byron Jarrett back there in the shotgun with body, as he will step back and he will fire for Levy, and he's going to be just outside, missing the marker that time. So that'll bring it to a 2nd and 10. We haven't seen a whole lot from this offense yet. Still looking to pick up our first down of the game. It's looking like we're going to end up being in the pistol now. And once again, Jaden Washington will not be out there. It's going to be Alex Gully, who also scored a week ago, but Washington must be having some sort of leg issues. He was injured a week ago. I was hoping to see him come back in this one. I was kind of expecting it. It was kept under the radar if he would come back out or not, but it looks like he's not going to be ready to go for this one. So that'll bring it to a 3rd and 5. Ball placed at the 30-yard line. Excuse me. After that corner route. That was it. Hit over for Madison Ridgeway. Excuse me. 4 minutes, 45 seconds remain. We're inside, but I got a fly in my throat. Body now, after the swing pass, going to do a spin move, juke around, and it looks like he's going to gain just 1. So that'll bring it to a 4th and 4 on the 29-yard line. If you're the Tritons, do you want to attempt another field goal after Swigman missed the first one, or do you want to go for it here? It's just 4th and, mid-range, 4th and 4. You can do it. Big momentum shifter if you can pick up your first down of the game. We're going to see a shotgun formation, trips out to the left here. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remain. Ball on the 29. You need 4 here. It looks like they tried getting their defense to pop off sides, but it came unsuccessful there. No, they're going to get it to him the second time. Wow.
Looks like 2 flags on the play there.
Kire Daly might have been the guy that jumped off sides there, the edge rusher for Silver Storm, wearing the number 0. I think it's still going to be talked about between the officials. And it looks like they will move it. So that'll be a first down, not gained because the Tritons necessarily crossed the first down marker, but because they called him offsides, I mean, whatever way you'll do it, there's no correct way in doing a job really here, and they're going to pick up the first down. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remain, and it's still going to be taken away here. Let's see if either of these teams will score before the first quarter is over. Shotgun formation, blocking back in there, doubles to the left. Oh. And it looked like Dylan Bodie was confused there. I think he picked up his foot. It might have been moved for one of the offensive linemen too. You know, the ball was just moved 5 yards forward. Now it's going to be moved 5 yards backwards. So
Doing a little bit of a dance there.
Yeah. So it'll be a 1st and 15 now. 3.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Ball placed on the 29-yard line. Byron Jarrett back there in the shotgun. Trips off to the left. See what he does here. Oh, and he might have got a man to go. Free play. He's going to throw it over. Oh.
Just barely.
Just missed the hands of him. And that's number 1. I believe that was Desna Washington, who stands about a head taller than anyone else on the football field. I think they're going to call for a jump start. Yep, it's Silver Storm. They got a little too excited there. So that'll now bring it to a 1st and 10. Ball will be on the 24-yard line. Officially, the Tritons are finally back in the red zone. Couldn't score last time we were here. Let's see if we can do it again. 3 minutes, 13 seconds remain in the first quarter. Byron Jarrett will call his own number, and he'll take off. Quarterback draw. Puts his shoulder down. Wow. Oh. We got some extracurricular going on the field. Byron Jarrett is a big-bodied quarterback, 6'3", over 200 pounds, and he really laid the hammer down for him that time, Link. Tell you what, and he may be in Robert Andres, number 48's Nightmares later tonight after he really put his shoulder down there. He's going to roll off. RPO action. Ooh, Levy. Big hit. Darius Stokes was the guy there to really send him flying back down to the Earth's surface. Holy smokes.
I felt that from up here.
Uh-oh. We're going to have some laundry left on the field. I have a good feeling it's going to go against ASA Miami for unsportsmanlike. As the ref's going to walk over to a defensive back that picked up the ball. He thought it could have been a fumble, but Jason Levy didn't have his hand on the ball for not even a second before he got blasted back down into the turf. So it wasn't going to be called a fumble regardless, but it'll be called a 3rd and 3 officially. Ball will be on the 18-yard line. Triton's still yet to make the first down happen for him themselves. Let's see the call here. It sounds like the official's mic is maybe having some trouble, so we can't really necessarily hear it. So it's coming off hand signals. I think it's going to be picked up here. Let's see. No, they will move the change. Ah, man, both teams shooting themselves in the foot here. ASA Miami gets the unsportsmanlike. That'll move the Tritons forward to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10. They can still pick up a first down here since it's not 1st and goal. And I say there's a pretty good opportunity they do that here, Link. 2.5 minutes remain in the first quarter. And if you're the Tritons, you got to score here. You missed an opportunity earlier. Make it up to yourself and get a touchdown instead of a field goal here. That'd be more than enough, really, in my opinion. Trips off to the right, and here comes a man in motion now. I think it's going to be a legal formation. False start, no, against the Tritons. Oh, my goodness. Laundry on a Saturday is yellow flags are on the ground everywhere. Oh, my goodness. And that was a false start. I think it's going to be going against Desna Washington, who was playing the ex-wide receiver back there way on the outside, which is just execution. Both these teams got to do a little better executing now. I mean, these are two great football teams that have struggled just executing. I mean, they've really built up to the whole tension, and then they've really just kind of flown it away when it comes to execution. Okay, now Byron Jarrett will be running, and it looks like he's going to call his own number, take a shot from 2. But he's going to be okay as he was hit outside. So that'll bring it to a second. And I think it's going to remain about the same, 2nd and 15-ish. They'll give him 2. 2nd and 13 now. Ball will be placed on the 16-yard line, as we're ticking away with 2 minutes remaining here. And the clock's still going. Triton's in the shotgun once again. Trips off to the left here. Back to pass. Byron Jarrett will look. He'll step up, and he's going to have a wide open room, and he will dance his way into the end zone after a hurdle, and that might be a touchdown. Besides, we do have a flag back there where the offensive linemen sit. Oh, my goodness. And this might be coming back, folks. Looks like Coach Montalto not very happy with that call there, as I wouldn't be either, as my starting quarterback just barely scampered away with a touchdown after he had to hurdle over 2 guys, and it looks like it's going to be called back because an offensive lineman possibly held, or I'm not for sure entirely the call yet. We're about to get it now. No, it's going to be against the defense. Wow. The Tritons maybe got away with that one, but way to go, as his touchdown will stand. And here comes on the PAT unit, Colin Swigman, to kick now. We've seen him kick earlier in this game. Didn't go too well for him. And ASA Miami will take a timeout before Colin Swigman can kick it. Maybe they're going to ice. Never really see an ice for the kicker on the PAT, but either way, they're going to take a timeout on the field. We will too in the booth. Join us right back here for what is up next for Triton Nation. And we are back and ready to go in this one, as Swigman will line up to kick. Whistle blown. Man is going to have to rush his way off sides. It looks like he was confused. Kick will be up. Flag will be on the field, but they will say it was good. Let's see what's going on. We have had a lot of penalties to start us off, Link. What can we see later on to maybe help all that digress?
As we were talking about earlier, we started off this quarter playing very well. We got in the red zone twice now, and both great teams, but it seems like we're kind of getting in each other's heads right now, so we kind of need to just clear our minds and just really focus on the plays, and hopefully that will bring us more success.
You're exactly right there. When it comes to football, I mean, you got to play the game. You got to zone out all the fans that are here, that are luckily here because, we haven't had that really all season long, but now we got the fans here. I'm really happy to say that. We were scared that we wouldn't be able to get fans earlier on in the season, but Of course, some restrictions have lifted, and we've allowed some fans in the stadium here. And yeah, you're exactly right, though. We just got to think in our heads it's about football. It's about beating the other team. We can't let all the music come in. We can't have the fans interfere with the way we're playing, the way we're thinking in this one. So, yeah, you hit it right on the dot there, Link. The Tritons will line up to kick off here.
Minute 37 left.
I'll tell you what, it looks like ASA Miami is doing what they've done all season, and they're not letting the Tritons score a lot of yards on them. Most of the Tritons' yards have came off penalty, really. It really drove them down all the way to the field until Byron Jarrett could scramble his way in for about a 12-yard touchdown run. Here comes a kickoff now as it's going to be hurdled into Keenan Anune. So he's going to work his way up past the 35-yard line. It looks like he's going to be down at about the 37. And we will have a minute and a half left in the first quarter as Silver Storm is about to take over. We haven't seen them get past the 50-yard line yet in this one, but they have a high-scoring offense, Link. I'll tell you what, they're coming off this season scoring 30 points a game, averaging 270 yards a game, 191 coming from them from the pass game, and another 77 coming from the rush game. So just because we've seen some flukes early on doesn't mean that we're not going to see a lot of success here, as we are going to have a quarterback change from George Pearson. I think that might be number 19, Desmond Pruja, coming in. Yes, it is. Desmond Pruja will call his own number, dual threat quarterback, as he will point for a guy to block there for him, and he's going to get it going for him. Gain of about 9, and Desmond Pruja, he might be the answer. Desmond Prescia. Here we go now. Taking away a minute and 5 seconds remaining. Pressure back there in the gun. Doubles on each side. And it looks like he'll hand it off after the read option, as Alec Wibble will go nowhere. Sophomore running back up to 150 on the season. But once again, not doing well and getting a gain there, as he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. But regardless, a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 here. You just got to jump over the line to get the first down. 30 seconds are taken away, and I think another timeout was called. Let's see here. I think ASA Miami might have called another timeout. Haven't gotten the call yet. Man, is it a beautiful day out to be playing football today, Link? It is pretty cloudy out. I'm not really worried about any rain coming down, but you never know, I guess. Otherwise, way to go. Tritons getting on the board early on, 7-0. They are now the second team on the whole season to be able to put up a single point against this ASA Miami squad. And of course the other team was Snow College. Was a big battle in that game just 2 weeks ago. Of course Snow College got the best of the Tritons, but that's major props to the Tritons early on in the first quarter to score against this great defense. Way to go. They came ready to play.
No, I agree. You know, both teams are just ready on top of their game.
3rd and short in the pistol. Going to have 2 tailbacks back there between Wibble and Keshawn Holmes. Looks like we're going to have a flag before the play can be snapped, excuse me. And we will have an offsides. Got a guy jumping early, and that'll bring it to a 3rd and 6 now. That'll back the ball up to the 41-yard line. So a 3rd and short comes to a 3rd and 6. This is a high passing offense. So, I mean, they still got a lot in the playbook here, Link. But now that they're in the pistol It's not looking too great. Looks like they're going to have a tight end out there, way out to the left, as they failed to jump the Tritons off sides. 26 seconds remaining exactly in the first quarter. Pressure. As he will go back, way back. He's going to look way downfield. Ooh. Great contested coverage that time for the Iowa Central Tritons, as Ahmad Glass was there to break that one up. Doing a great job today. He isn't a guy that gets a lot of stats on the stat sheet, but he's there almost every single time a ball is up there in the air to knock it away. So way to go, Ahmad Glass, with the eye up and on the ball there. 4th and 6 now. Punt unit back on the field. Ball on the 42-yard line. 17 seconds remain in the first quarter, so the Tritons may be able to run a play here before the quarter even ends, as we'll have C.J. Christian back there to receive the punt. Now, don't be too shocked if we see a fake coming in here soon. It's going to be really, really high up in the air for Christian, as he's going to let it bounce. As it's going to go into the end zone, as it looked like a Silver Storm player tried to stop the ball before it got back there and throw it back into play. That was Quentin Ashford that got there on time. Well, almost got there on time, if I should say myself. 4 seconds remain here in the first quarter. As they're going to wait to line up on the field, we will wait for them to do that. So catch us right back here in just a sec. And we are back early on here, seeing a pistol formation. Doubles to the left on the weak side. Here comes a keeper for Byron Jarrett. Read option. Didn't do too well. It looked like he might have gained a yard or two. And that'll end the first quarter. So, wow, a lot of action early on in this one that you maybe wouldn't have been able to guess if you weren't watching the game, as the score is just sitting at 7-0 early on here. So we do have a Triton down. We do have a Triton down, looking like an offensive lineman. Not for sure on the number yet, but I'll make sure to report to you right when we check in on him after the team doctor gets to him there. Otherwise, the Tritons will switch to the other side. And I tell you what are some key takeaways from the first quarter you saw, Link?
Right at the beginning, both teams were ready to play. We established that right away, and they were doing very, very well. Towards the end of the quarter, we started having some flubs and some stuff didn't quite go, both teams' ways with a lot of flags. But I will say this, the Tritons are playing really, really well today. We've been in their red zone, as we mentioned twice today. Like I was hammering home earlier, we just kind of got to stay with our minds clear and just kind of play the game and just kind of get distractions out of the equation.
Yeah, I agree with you there. 7-0, once again, will be the score of your ball game. 7-0, 15 minutes we'll have in the second quarter to send you feedback on, is we will have the Triton offensive lineman get up. It looks like he's going to be carried off to the field. I hope he is okay. It looks like it's going to be number 66, Ahmad Assad. We had offensive line trouble just a week ago. Our starting center went down. So in will come in. I think it's going to be number 71, Maximus McCree. Let's see here. Anyway, we are ready to go now. Doubles off to each side, man in motion, back to pass now. And Byron Jarrett looking long, and he will hit Desno Washington. Oh, and he's going to be propelled forward after a skyrocketing hit, and that was a big-time gain. And he covered a lot of yards that time. It's all about the yard after catch, baby, and he did it there.
We have a injured player for the Silver Storm.
Not for sure on the number there. But I do hope he is okay. It's looking like it might be in the 80s. Ian Smith, possibly. Let's see it here.
89, 91?
No, it'll be 91. Rodney Green. As he's going to get off to his own power. He's going to hold his arm down to his side. It looks like he's going to need a substitution for a few plays. And got a lot of depth back there for the Silver Storm for those edge rushers, so that is a bigger loss. He is a starter for the Silver Storm, but they can fill the position as much as they want, really. Here we go now, back in the gun. Dylan Bodie and Byron Jarrett will be back there. And it's rare to see so much success between a football team that has switched so often between their starting quarterback and starting running back. And it's just that they can do it here. A fake, pass opportunity.
Oh.
Wide open is
There he
Desno
goes.
Washington, and he will walk his way into the end zone, but a flag will be thrown, and they called that play exactly a week ago. Oh, no, what's going to be the flag? They threw it towards Desno Washington. He might have stepped out of bounds. And that would be just such a bummer there. Coach Montalto literally called the exact same play just a week ago for Jace Levy. He was in playing the blocking back position, but in there he was lined up as a slot wide receiver, I believe, as they motioned him over, did a flip pass to him, but since he was behind the line of scrimmage and it was passed behind him, he was allowed to throw, which almost led to another touchdown, but it's going to be discussed between the officials here. It looks like it might be good. Wow.
That's sportsmanlike conduct. Get thrown. The touchdown will count. The penalty.
Because the head official's having some issues with his mic, we weren't able to clearly understand who it was, but it was an unsportsmanlike conduct. But, I mean, if you're the Tritons and you go up 13-zip early on in this one in the first half against one of the best defensive units you've gone up all season long, I think you're allowed to celebrate a little bit, Link.
Oh, absolutely.
So score 13-0 before Colin Swigman's kick. It's going to be up. And they're going to call it good. Easy money bringing the score. 14-0. Two-possession lead for the Iowa Central Tritons. And wow, they are looking so good. I know we keep saying it, but we cannot emphasize enough what it means to the Tritons to play a bit closer, of course, not having to think about traveling as much. We did have to travel about 2 to 3 hours today, but they came with a lot of energy. They were juiced, fired up on the bench, and they brought it out onto the field. And ASA Miami, I don't think we're expecting it whatsoever. Because they've had a quarterback change in this one, as we have seen a lot of Desmond Preja earlier on in the season getting to play some games, but we weren't going to really necessarily expect him to come in this early. Preja, of course, is throwing 179 yards on the season. It looks like he's got 4 touchdowns to his names, and he is a dual-threat guy. He can rush the football as well, as he's gotten it done on the turf as well. But we will start with the kickoff unit for the second quarter. (14-0), 14 minutes and 19 seconds will remain here. The kick. It's going to be really up, back in the woods. And that's going to be fielded down that time by the return man. Makes one Triton miss, and then he's smacked down at about the 35-yard line on the Silver Storm side. Did you catch the number there, Link? I think it was Keenan Anuye, number 13 there. Oh, wow. As we're going to have some extracurricular on the field, it looks like some words are going to be tossed around between Robert Andres and the defensive back unit for the Tritons, as he is really flustered. Desmond Pressure to stay on the field for Silver Storm. They will be lined up in shotgun formation. You'll see Keyshawn Holmes also back there. Here comes a handoff now. Wow. He trucked a man over and he rumbled for a few extra yards there, and that'll bring it to about a 2nd and 7, it looks like. As the ball will be lined up now on the 42-yard line on the Silver Storm side. 14 minutes just ticked away here in the second quarter. Doubles to the right, blocking back in formation. We've seen the same formation called for the Tritons as Pressure will take off. And he's going to get more than enough for a first down. It looks like he's going to be stopped at the 50-yard line. And wow, it took about 4 defenders to take him down there. He got his breakfast in this morning. Man, he was showing off his muscle strength there. And it's all about moving those feet, as he just had to put his head down and keep going. And actually, he's going to cross the 50-yard line. So they will be on the Triton 49-yard line. 13 and a half minutes taken away. 1st and 10, halfback toss. Keyshawn Holmes is going to be stopped before the line of scrimmage. And now they're going to, instead of being on the Triton 49, they will be backed up to the Silver Storm 49-yard line. 2nd and 12 now. It's looking like we're going to see a double set. Tight end is in motion. We haven't seen a play being designed for the tight end yet in this one. Starting tight end is Robert Morgan. Don't be shocked to see number 13, Keenan Anunye, get involved early on. He's going to be motioned out on his own island, out to the left. Going to roll out to him, going to target him. Uh-oh, Pierce going to have to make a man miss, and he will just decide to throw it away. Nothing was going well for him there. I don't think a flag was thrown. I think the official just called what happened on the field, but 3rd and 12 now. I mean, this is a big possession here for ASA Miami. Sooner than later, you got to get the wheels turning and get some momentum, at least heading into the second half. But the fact that they haven't been able to really corral any offense in this one is not a good sign whatsoever. And here comes on a Triton timeout. And we will take a timeout with them up here in the booth. We'll be right back with you in just a moment. We are back in this one looking at a pistol formation. Got 2 wide receivers out on their lonesome on the outside. See the play here. Man in motion now. Uh-oh. Back to pass is Pressure. So he'll be way back. He's going to be way back. Oh, my goodness. Going to have to dump it off to his running back, Weddle. And Alec Wibble not making the most of anything there. Is I don't blame him really, as there wasn't designed for him. It looked like he was just in to block and maybe pull if he needed to. And that'll bring it to a 4th and long. As I'm usually joined with Rob Jones, of course, and he likes to say from where he's from, fourth in a country mile. So I do miss Rob. I hope he's doing good today. Didn't make the trip over. That'll bring it to an ASA Miami. 4th down now. Oh, looks like we may have a flag down. I missed it there. Oh, goodness. And that'll move the chains, bring it to a 1st down, which will shoot the Tritons in the foot. Oh, my goodness. Tritons now, the ball will be backed up on the 36-yard line. Here comes a handoff now. Haven't called his name yet in this one. That handoff, let's see. Well, I don't have his name on the roster. It says he's number 41. I believe it might be Kyle Roden. It'll be rushed for just a 1-yard loss, a 2-yard loss, excuse me. 2nd and 12 now, 11.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, and finally, the Silver Storm are moving the football. Here comes another handoff for him. So he'll put a shoulder down, and he'll truck his way forward. He's a stockier back, but he's making the most of it there. I don't think the Tritons were expecting him to come into the game. And this will bring it to a 3rd and about 3 here. On the 29-yard line. The handoff goes right back to him 3 times in a row.
Oh, I think I see a helmet off there.
Yeah, we got to see a little bit more sportsmanship in this one. We've seen a lot of flags, a lot of kind of dirty plays from each side, and I hope it gets picked up and is better in the second half, but usually we see more of that in the second, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen. And it looks like it's going to bring it to a 4th and 2. ASA Miami will be at the Triton 28-yard line. Pistol formation, single back, doubles to the left. Tight end is also in there. Ten and a half minutes continuing to tick away here. Going to have to snap it soon. And here comes a handoff. Oh, man, it's going to be close. He might have got it. That was Alec Wibble on the handoff. We got the carry for his team. Officials will talk about it. I think they may give him the 1st down. It's either they do or don't, because it was a 4th down. Will it be a stop? Wow. Turnover on downs with exactly 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and that was big time for the Iowa Central Tritons as they will be on their very own 26-yard line as if they basically just got a kickoff to go their way. Really, what a great defensive stand as Silver Storm were about to approach the red zone for the first time today. They still haven't gotten to it, but they've sniffed around it, of course. They've gotten real close to it now, Link. We're in the shotgun now, looking at Byron Jarrett back there with Bowdy. Doubles to the left, blocking back in formation. Kyle Wiedemann in the game. Here comes the RPO now. It'll be thrown over to Savion Johnson as he's going to be shoved out of bounds just before the 1st down can be picked up. So that'll bring it to about a 2nd and 4 now. Marker will be placed on the 33-yard line. Go right back to the same formation, except the blocking back will be on the weak side. That's Cal Wiedemann there. Here comes a handoff for Body, and he's going to be stopped before the line of scrimmage. And he's not going to be dragged down. He's going to be able to stay on his feet, and that just is exactly what you want from a running back, to not go down right away. Great defensive stop there for ASA Miami, but I was impressed by Dylan Body there as he had No help there as his offensive lineman collapsed on him. And that'll bring it to about a 3rd and 7 now. 9 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Got a lot of football yet to be played here. Man in motion now. That's body. Gonna pump fake and throw. And it's just gonna miss the mark that time for Jalen Harris. It's gonna soar right over his head. And that'll bring on the punt unit. That's just another mixed execution there. Your defense comes away with the turnover on downs, and you just can't punch it in and end up getting a first down for yourself. You got to go out there. You got to succeed when your defense comes up that clutch, especially when they're that close to getting into the red zone. That was big time there, and they just cannot come away with a successful drive. As the Triton defense has really been the story of the game so far. I mean, ASA Miami's defense has been really, really good as well, but they've just let up too many penalties, really. Too many penalty yards, and that's going to be a big-time kick that time for Tokheim. Going to take a Triton bounce, and that's going to be inside the 10-yard line for ASA Miami to start over, and it looks like they'll be down at about the 8-yard line. 9 or 8, let's see. Looks like it's going to be closer to the 9-yard line, 1st and 10. And they're going to be in their backyard as they are just so close to maybe being a sack away from getting a safety, if not really close to it. We saw last time they were backed up in their end zone, it led to a punt. But before that, it led to a turnover on downs, which caused the snap to go high, of course, and it'll be interesting to see what's going on here, of course. I mean, ASI Miami's going to have to really come up big time here if they want to get a drive going. And right now, they're not in a really good situation. Being way backed up there, they'd have to drive 91 yards to get a touchdown here. So knowing that they got to start on the 40-yard line on the ASA Miami side, just a drive ago, and they came up short. Now that you got to drive about another 40 extra yards, it's a killer, man.
It's a little bit of a headache, isn't it?
Yeah. Desmond Prescia in the pistol. Lots of linemen out there. Kayshawn Holmes will get his number called. Going to have to do a spin move there, and a swarm of Iowa Central Tritons are going to be there to stop him before he can get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is exactly why the Tritons have been so dominant today. Not just one tackler has gotten there, but a whole herd of Iowa Central Tritons had gotten there, and it looks like ASA Miami, they don't really have a lot of team chemistry going on. They don't really care for succeeding, obviously, because when their lead running back got swarmed with tacklers, no one came over there to help him besides one guy. I mean, if you're ASA Miami, you got to help your guys out. You got to help each other out. Then you can start succeeding to help, of course. It's just not a good situation. Not seeing a lot of good stuff from ASA Miami is, Prescia going to have to make a man miss. He's going to be in his end zone, almost caused for a safety there. He's going to make a great throw, but it looked like the tight end got a little too excited, and he'll jump out of bounds. That was Robert Morgan. They got the pass intended for him, but that'll bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and about 9. 3rd and 9 officially. 14-0 remain the score of your football game. 8 minutes, 24 seconds remain in the second quarter. Silver Storm lined up in the gun. 5 seconds ticking away. Gonna have to snap it soon or burn a timeout. And they didn't get it off in time. Oh my goodness, Link. Now, if you're the Iowa Central Tritons, you were licking your chops because you got ASA Miami backed up inside their own 5-yard line. Send the heat, man. I mean, send the heat. In basketball, they say crash the boards. I mean, crash the end zone here is you got a prime opportunity to sack or tackle for loss and get away with 2 points here, then get the ball back with 8 minutes remaining. Woo-wee. Here we go now. Desmond Prescia looking long, and he will fire long. Ahmad Glass. Oh! Wow. It looked like it was Ahmad Glass and E.J. Perry, the safety, over there on the coverage going up against Keenan Anunye, the special team returner there. And that'll bring it to a 4th and 15. As Corey Barnes will trot back off onto the field, and he's probably like, really, guys? Really, offense? I mean, he's like, call my number. Let me play quarterback a little bit. Let me try it out. As he's probably pretty flustered, as I would be too, as he's punting yet again in his own end zone. 5 seconds remain now. He's going to have to punt it soon. And they're not going to get it off, it looked like.
Man.
Oh, and it would have been blocked. Oh, my goodness. It would have been blocked by Garrett Olendike.
I mean, it's just not a good time right now for the Silver Storm.
And that's going to bring it half the distance to the goal. It would be 5 yards subtracted, bringing it to a 4th and 20, but since they're inside the 5 and can't do that, I believe it's going to be a 4th and 17. And wow, Barnes is really back there, and he's going to fumble the snap. Oh, just barely got it up, but it's going to be pooched up and barely make it past the 30-yard line. And wow, the Tritons, they about came away with excellent block. Great defense there by Garrett Olendike. He was a NJCAA Defensive Player of the Week a few weeks ago, and he would have added some more stats onto his own resume there. Otherwise, currently the score is 14-0. 7 minutes, 55 seconds remain, and the Tritons once again start an excellent field position. Now it's a game about execution. You've been in this position multiple times. You have to execute here. Drive into the red zone and drive in to get a touchdown. You must do it if you're the Tritons. You got to keep pounding away. This is a great football team. You're going up against ASA Miami. Currently, you're up 14-0. Yeah, that's great, but it's not enough. Not enough for these Triton fans, and not enough for me, the broadcaster, right. Hank Amber's. Not enough for Lincoln Clay, I bet, either. The Tritons got to get going. Shotgun formation now. Here comes the pass. They're going to run that halfback pass once again. CJ Christian that time got his number called, and that was crazy. That was like a double cross. Really what it looked like is it seemed like it was Byron Jarrett got the snap. Man in motion. It looked like it was originally going to be an RPO, but obviously it was not called that, as it was then tossed back to CJ Christian. CJ Christian tried making a throw, missed his man, and a flag will be down.
And, I actually very much agree with you, Hank. Even if we are in the lead right now, we still have to keep playing like, we're down, You don't want to ever let your guard down. You want to keep increasing your score, even if you are up ahead.
So it looks like it's going to be 1st and 15. Ball on the Silver Storm 33-yard line. Byron Jarrett going to have to step up. He will scramble, make a man miss. Wow. He hit him with a karaoke, and he got more than needed to bring it to about a 2nd and 7 now. They lost 5 yards on that last play there, and Byron Jarrett really got it back for him that time. Yep, officially going to be a 2nd and 7 now. Ball on the 29-yard line. 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Plenty of time to score. Plenty of time to play defense again and score again if you're the Iowa Central Tritons. Let's see if they can do it here. We're going to see double formation in the shotgun. Body in motion. Pump fake. Going to have to throw it up. Uh-oh, this might be a fumble. Let's see the call here. Luckily called an incomplete pass. I guess the Tritons recovered it anyway, but Stafford Everett, who's playing a hybrid safety role there, he came off the edge to rush, got his hand on the ball, and that's the controversial call we see in the NFL all the time. If the quarterback got his hand forward when he threw it, or if he didn't If he wasn't in a throwing motion, it would have been called a fumble. But regardless, 3rd and 7 now. Ball on the 29-yard line. Triton's in a big situation here. Byron Jarrett to step up. He's going to run for it. Wow, it's going to be close. Another close call. He might be just short. It's either 4th and short or a big first down gain, and they're going to give him the first down. Wow. Byron Jarrett coming up big once again. Haven't seen a lot of passing numbers from him, but he's let him work on the turf. Excellent decision making by Byron Jarrett there. Improvising. Ball on the 21-yard line now. 1st and 10. 6.5 minutes remaining. RPO now. Byron Jarrett to call his own number once again as he'll take off. He might get another gain of about 5 or 6. They will give him the gain of 6. 2nd and 4 now. 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Triton's doing a great job managing the time. They don't want ASA Miami to think they're comfortable back there as their offense hasn't been too hot regardless now. So we'll have a new running back there, and it was a guy that we seen score 2 touchdowns a week ago, Jace Wiedemann. Of course, he's got some family on the Triton sideline as well, playing both ways. Jason Cal. Jace Wiedemann got the carry there. Like I said, he had 2 rushing touchdowns just a week ago, and both went for 14 yards exactly. So I don't know if that's his lucky number. He's wearing the number 40, but he'll be subbed out now. 5.5 minutes will remain. 3rd and 1. As the Tritons will send a pistol formation in. Can hand it off to either guy here. Nope, going to be an RPO. They're going to look long. Might be a catch. Yes!
Hey.
What a catch!
How about that?
Oh, they're going to call him down before the... No. They're going to call him a yard short. Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness.
Come on.
Now, early on in the season, we had number 4, CJ Christian, wearing the number 4. I believe that is still him, although we have him listed as a defensive back. Regardless, what a catch there. Ball on the 1-yard line now. 1st and goal. Here comes a handoff now. Ooh. And that handoff went to Alex Gully as he'll be stopped there. But that was such a great catch that time by number 4 as it was bobbled around and he still maintained the catch. You know, back in PE, they make you they make you try every sport, of course, and they even make you try juggling. And, you know, I can tell that Mr. Christian really was involved in PE because he really got it to go there and to haul in the pass. That was big time. He should have got away with a touchdown, in my opinion. I believe he was well past the goal line marker there, but regardless, the Tritons will be on the 1-yard line still. Dalen Bodie back there in the shotgun. They're going to call an RPO, and they're going to go to Jace Livy.
Awesome play right there.
And we see that so often in the modern era of football, in college and in the NFL, of course. That'll bring the score 20-zip early on with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and you're exactly right. That was an awesome play call. That brings Byron Jarrett to really have 3 options. Either hand it off to Dalen Bodie, who is a star running back, or dump it off to just the easiest target out there, a wide open Jace Levy, or take off with it. Jace Levy was wide open. The RPO was too much for ASA Miami there, and now the Tritons go up 21-0 early on here. And, wow, I think they're looking better than when Snow College played against them.
Oh, for sure.
Snow College beat ASA Miami 27-6, and early on, Tritons having scored 21-0 now. Wow, I'm super impressed so far by the Tritons. Of course, there's been some down moments on the offense. We could have came away with more score, of course. I think we should have had at least another field goal, but we had Colin Swigman miss the first opening field goal attempt to start us off here. So he's 0 for 1 on the day, but 3 for 3 when it comes to point after attempts. And ASA Miami, they keep kicking themselves in the butt. They keep shooting themselves in the foot even, and they're wounded, and they are just they're upset with each other. They're just you can tell from their expressions down there, from their body expressions. I mean, it's not going well for this team right now.
And, you know, that's kind of what I like about the Tritons is good or bad. The Tritons are always with each other. They have each other's backs, and there's always good teamwork going on within the team.
You're right there, Collins Wigman to kick off now. It's going to be loaded way back into the woods, and it's going to make its way out, and it's going to get to the end zone, and that'll be a touchback now. So we will see ASI Miami start on their 25-yard line. Yeah, and you never know. I mean, you got to keep it going, too, if you're the Tritons. You can't just let off just because you played so well in the first half. You got to keep punching and punching and punching in the second half as well, because ASA Miami is a team that can turn the tables with a snap of a finger. Really early on, they're a great high-scoring offense. I mean, like I said earlier, they almost average 300 yards a game. I don't even think they've gotten to 100 yards themselves in this first half. So they're going to have a lot of room to make up coming into the second. So they may go back and substitute more players, and it looks like they will substitute Desmond Pruja, who was playing quarterback earlier. Now we're back to the starting quarterback, George Pearson, as ASA Miami still trying to find the answer out of the shotgun formation. It's going to go off of the hands of the tight end that time. Looked like it was 81. Went incomplete to Ian Smith out there. The tight end was lined up in the slot. Here we go now. 2nd and 10. 21-0. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here. In the shotgun. Man in motion. George Pearson back there, and he will throw slant route. And that play was blown up, courtesy of Major Williams. Major Williams got a cast on one of his hands, his dominant hand, actually his right hand. But he does not care, as he's played the majority of the season with the cast on his hand, and he has played phenomenal. He had a pick six just a week ago, and now he's got 2 intended passes towards him swatted down. I love Major Williams. He might be my favorite player on this Iowa Central defense. He's always in there in the box, really excited to play, and just brings a lot of character to this Triton football team. Here we go now. Ball on 25-yard line, 3rd and 10. Halfback draw. Kayshawn Williams. Spin move made, and he's going to get about 15 yards. He's going to make his way past the first down. Great play call that time for Kayshawn Holmes. Excuse me, not Williams. Kayshawn Holmes. And, you know, we saw Snow College do that against us early on in the first half, in the second quarter, actually, about the exact same scenario. It was 3rd and way long, and it was a halfback draw. Kind of got the Tritons off guard there, and they're going to go right back to Kayshawn Holmes once again. It looks like he may pick up a yard or 2, but otherwise not a lot going for him there. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Ball will be on the 43-yard line. They'll bring it to a 2nd and 9. Clock still ticking. ASA Miami, you got to get rolling. You haven't even passed the 50-yard marker yet. George Pearson in the gun. He'll throw it over. Looks like another false start for this ASA Miami squad. That's what my money's on. I think that's what happened there. Yeah, yep, exactly there. Should have bet you $5, Link. Darn it.
You know what? Maybe next time.
So the ball will be backed up to the 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 14 now. 3 minutes, 8 seconds remain. Play clock will restart, but the clock will keep ticking. And it looks like ASA Miami may be trying to do a strategy where they're not really too tensive on the game clock as they're trying to get it to tick away. They don't want the Tritons to score again, as they've been impressive at times on offense, but other times they still got to work some things out here. Back to pass now. Ooh. And a big blast via Ahmad Glass. Kind of lunged forward there, but he still made the tackle happen. That was thrown over to Willie Gross. He's going to stay in the game, line up in the trips formation. We're also looking at the pistol right now. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remain here. 21-0. Ball on the 41. 3rd and 11. Looks like they tried to draw the Tritons offside, which is what I would have done too. And look at the Tritons formation right now. Iowa State football team, they run a lot of that as well. The 3-5-3 set back there where they only got 3 men on the line. Doesn't mean they will only rush 3. They'll actually rush 4. Ooh, ball will be up. Major Williams was there, but he couldn't come away with an interception. Regardless, no fly zone if you are throwing it to the University of Virginia commit, Major Williams. He's going to be a big name in college football. We love to have him here. 4th and 11 now, and the punt unit will come on to punt once again. And I tell you what, we've seen a highlight reel from this punt team. We've seen some good plays. No, I'm just kidding there. I mean, it does stink that you got to keep punting in this game. And me being a Triton fan, I'll rub it in a little bit because I'm excited. I want to see the Tritons win this game, go on a 2-game win streak. Let's see if they can do it here. 4th and 11, 1 minute and 51 seconds. Main here, 21-0. Ball on the 41 now. Ball's going to be kicked up. Fielded by C.J. Christian. It's going to be muffed. Oh my goodness. And I had never seen that before. So it hit off C.J. Christian's chest, and the ball rolled forward. And ASA Miami tried to keep it in bounds by throwing it in bounds. Ahmad Glass was in there on the special teams unit, and if that ball would have stayed in bounds, he would have been as gone as it is, as gone as the wind, I guess, because he had a wide open field. He would have walked right into the end zone, but luckily for ASA Miami, in my opinion, luckily for them, he will be called out of bounds there, so that'll bring it to a first down for this Iowa Central offense. Ball on the Triton 42-yard line, as they're going to roll with Byron Jarrett and Dalen Bodie to start off this drive. We're going to see trips formation out to the strong side. Oh, they might have meant. Yep, free play. Take a shot deep here, Byron. Yes, he will. Oh, as he targeted Desna Washington there. Had the right touch on it, but just barely missed him. That was Darius Stokes back there on the coverage. Number 1 going against number 1 there. Offsides on number 0. Kare Daly right there. And that'll be, like I said, during the play, a free play really, as that's going to keep the stand to be a first down in 5. So the ball will now be on the 47-yard line. Excuse me, I'm fumbling through my words. Hopefully that's not a precaution to maybe a fumble coming here soon for the Tritons. I really hope that's not the case. Back to pass now. Oh, and it's going to be a dog pile on Byron Jarrett. And the Tritons are going to continue to let the clock tick away, as they don't want ASA Miami to even touch the ball again before this half closes off here. Ball on the 39-yard line on the Triton side now. It's going to be about a 2nd and 13. A handoff to Dalen Bodie. Bodie to work his way forward. Ooh. His helmet was ripped off. I don't know if someone ripped his helmet off or if it just bounced off, but regardless, he's going to have to come out. So on will come on Wiedemann. That'll bring it to about a 3rd and 8 now. Ball will be on the Triton 41-yard line.
It'll be a 10-second runoff. Please reset the clock to 44 seconds.
Head official calling for a 10-second runoff. 44 seconds. And the clock will continue ticking in just a moment. Oh, just a moment now. Get some tech difficulties as the scoreboard keeper put it to 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Anyway, we are ready to go now in the shotgun formation. Wiedemann is back there. He may be used as a blocking back. Doubles formation on each side. Byron Jarrett to step up. He's going to have to take off with it. Byron Jarrett to go. Wow. He's going to get more than enough for the first down to move the chains. And the Tritons will use a timeout. And I love that call because now the Tritons will be able to take a few shots deep after Byron Jarrett scrambles for another first down. I think Byron Jarrett got all the first downs from running the football on his own end, besides that one pass to C.J. Christian, of course. But way to go, Byron Jarrett. He's looking like he could end up being the player of the game so far in this one. Exactly to the T. 30 seconds remain in this one. They're going to use a timeout on the field, and we will use a timeout up here in the booth. Be right back with us in just a few. We are ready to go now. Byron Jarrett in the shotgun. Trips off to the strong side now. Back to pass. He will roll off to the right. Here comes a throw. It looks like it's going to be hauled in there. Tritons going to need to snap it down. Hurry up offense. 12 seconds remain. Byron Jarrett snaps it, and he gets it to go, so that'll stop the clock. 10 seconds will remain, and it will be a 3rd and short. So the Tritons can either take 2 shots to the end zone, which may be the most likely call there on 2 Hail Mary type throws, or you can try to do a mid-range out route and get closer to the end zone and then have a easier shot or a better opportunity to score. The Tritons still have 1 timeout remaining here. Be interesting to see. Still got to pick up the first down no matter what. Body in motion. Byron Jarrett back to pass. He's going to throw it over to Body. Body now. He's going to pick up the first down and work his way out of bounds. And man, I think that's going to be a bummer because it looks like 4 seconds remaining, and I don't think that's going to be enough to be able to throw it and down it. So it looks like, yep, Coach Montalto sees that as well. So the field goal unit will come out. Colin Swigman will line up to kick. Place kicker will be on the 36-yard line, bringing it to about a 45-yard field goal. Here we go now. Kick is up. It's going to get the distance. And he's going to sink it right through. What a way to end off a half. 24-zip. We got some dancing on the sideline on the Triton side. And on the ASA Miami side, that is exactly not the case. I mean, they're really flustered back over there. Mm-hmm. And I would be too if I was an ASA Miami fan. But the Tritons, excellent work done in the first half. You got to keep it up if you want to come in to the second half, firing off early on. And let's just go through what we saw in the first half so far, Link. What we saw so far in the first half, of course, were some non-usual starters for this Iowa Central team. We didn't see Brady Pope, the starting quarterback, starting this one due to injury. Jaden Washington must be out as well. I hope he can maybe play next week. It may be season-ending, which would be a blow. But, of course, Dalen Bodie and Alex Gully Wiedemann making the most of it. The three-headed monster tailback position is so key to the Triton offense. They look excellent in this one. And not to also mention the guy who's been using his legs the most, Byron Jarrett, who's picked up numerous first downs just scrambling, quarterback draw, just doing an excellent job. I'd like to see some more involvement from the passing game coming up in the second half. Otherwise, I've been really impressed by this Triton team. ASA Miami, where are you at, man? I mean, you've had to sub out your quarterback 2 times now. You started off with George Pearson, who couldn't be the answer for you. Then you subbed in Desmond Prisha, who was all right but didn't get it done as well. So you go back to George Pearson. I think ASA Miami is going to have to do some serious talks heading into halftime and really get it together coming in to the second half because they just looked nothing but lost there. They will receive the second half kickoff Otherwise, some notable players from ASA Miami, Alec Wibble, along with Quayshawn Holmes. I was also really interested to see them. I mean, they were kind of the dual threat running back duo going back and forth between the two. Otherwise, not a lot from the offense as well. Most of the yards from both teams have come from the penalty yards. Both teams got to do a better job at executing. There's been a few times where the Tritons started with excellent field position and came away with 0 points. And I sound like I'm just complaining because the Tritons do have 24 points heading into the second half. But I mean, come on, you gotta execute. You gotta be ready for every single moment here. ASA Miami, you gotta be ready for them too in the second half because they are a high scoring, explosive team with a great defense. Shout out to everyone playing defensive back and on the edge rush as well for ASA Miami because you've got our starting quarterback, Byron Jarrett, a couple times as well. And, you know, it's a scary sight to see these two great powerhouse football teams going at it together against each other. Any more takes from you, Link?
I mean, how about those Tritons? That's about it.
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, I've been Hank Ambrose and listened to Link Clay as well, and that'll end us off for the first half post games, or the post of the first half, excuse me, and we'll be right back with you right before the start of half number 2. We are back and ready to go for the Iowa Central kickoff as Colin Swigman will line up to kick. We've seen a lot of action from him in this one. Lincoln, I'm excited to go and see what the Tritons will do in quarter number 3. Here we go. Off to the races. Big time. Booming kick. Going to be in the back of the woods. And here comes the return. Didn't expect this, but here it comes the other way. Going to have to motion his man out to the left, and he's going to be stopped right at about the 20-yard line. And he covered a lot of yardage there, but I tell you what, he did not start in his own favor, as I believe that was Willie Gross. They got the return that time, as he tried making something out of nothing, but couldn't do it there. Return will be out to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10. 24 zip, of course, is the score of your football game. 14 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. We just started, baby. Are you ready to go, Link?
I'm ready to go. You know what? That first half there was pretty good, so I'm hoping we can come back and do even better.
If you're just joining the broadcast, we've seen a dominant side of football being played for the Iowa Central Tritons. You are currently listening to Hank Ambrose and Link Clay. Decided to bring you some broadcast of the Iowa Central Tritons going up against ASA Miami. There goes a handoff to start us off. First play of the second half, and it looks like it's going to be a rush for 3 yards. 2nd and 7 as the ball will move to the 24-yard line. Maybe go back to that ground and pound old school football if you're ASA Miami. We've mentioned earlier, they're a team that has only allowed 9 points a game, and the Tritons have came out of the first half with 24 points already, so that's how prepared the Tritons were to go into this one. I think earlier on the season, they've had their own frustrations, and they're letting it out in this one. And there goes a tackle for loss now on the Triton side. Going to be friendly for them. Bryant Barrier, with the luscious locks of hair he has, will bring down the quarterback, George Pearson. And that'll bring down the first third down of this half. 13 minutes, 45 seconds remain. Pearson to stay out there. He's also going to be out there with Alec Wibble. Doubles out to the strong side. Blocking back is also in the formation. Back to pass now. Pearson goes long. And it's going to be hauled in. What a great catch that time. Holy smokes. Blown coverage for going against Ahmad Glass there. And that was just an excellent haul in that time by number 13. That was Keenan Anune, who is the special team stud, who came away with that, and that is the most amount of yards. I believe that surpassed the amount of yards they have in this one. That was huge for ASA Miami. Here we go now. We're going to see doubles off to the strong side, otherwise shotgun formation for George Pearson. Fumbled snap. Oh. When the center snapped at that time, it looked like it hit off his own butt and had to jump on it there. So now a 2nd and 12. Ball on the 39-yard line.
2nd and 13.
Pearson getting the play, and I love taking the risk early on. 3rd and long, of course, is what it is, so you're going to have to go deeper anyway. Might as well take a shot. They did, and they got it to go to get the first down conversion now. Pearson to get the snap. He'll hand it off to Wibble. Wibble will get back to where the line of scrimmage originally started, and he might have gained even a yard after that. Yes, he did, so that'll bring it to a 3rd and 9 now. Ball will be on the 35-yard line. Pistol formation, doubles on each side. Big play here. Don't be shocked to see maybe a swing pass, screen, or a crosser here. Halfback draw, as they called me off guard. But they didn't call off the linebacker from Iowa Central, Dylan Kane. as he wrapped his man up there, just playing spy going against Alec Wibble there. Great play by Kane. That could have been a huge gain of yards, but just let him get 5 there. 4th and 5 now. Uh-oh. And the Silver Storm will go for it, as I probably would too. $11 minutes, 15 seconds remain in the shotgun. It's going to go to Pearson. Back to pass. Slant route. No. Turnover on downs. That was just defended that time by Kenny Edwards, who's primarily a linebacker, but he can play some man coverage as well, as he gets it done there for the Iowa Central Tritons. And that'll bring it to 24-0. Of course, will remain the score of your ball game. Tritons will take over on their own 36-yard line. Byron Jarrett to come out with Dalen Bodie, the halfback. 11 minutes, 2 seconds remaining exactly on the clock. Trips off to the weak side here. Here goes a handoff now. Halfback slash. They'll get it in. He might work his way to possibly 1 yard gain. I don't know. It was close there. Looked like Miami knew exactly the play before it even got back to the Tritons. Up 2nd and 9 now. 10.5 minutes and the clock is still ticking away. See what the Tritons will do to approach the second half. Going to be a swing pass out the body. Going to make one man miss. Going to have to change direction. And he's going to push his way upfield for an over 5 yard game. I think he went over for about 2nd and about, 7 yards? Yeah, he's going to get a 3rd and 3 now. Ball will be on the 32 yard line. That is just excellent. Change of direction there. Get yourself cornered in a jam as he switches the field and he pushes away for a 7 yard gain. Way to go, body. Gonna have to be a big gain here. RPO gonna go long. Jace Livy could be a touchdown. He's gonna do a stutter step. And he had a whole 1.5 foot footing in front of his defensive back that was carrying him there, and he could have went even longer there, but not quick enough there for number 1, Darius Stokes. Otherwise, it'll be enough for the first down and about a 40 to 50 yard gain. So the ball will be 1st and 10 on the 15 yard line. 9.5 minutes remain. The Tritons are just looking so good. Christmas coming early this year, Link.
That's right.
Back to pass now. Looking mid-range. Oh! No way!
Wow.
Was that caught? That was caught. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness. Byron Jarrett's throw was an underneath route, a corner route that was popped up. And Savion Johnson, the little man, comes up big there. Oh, my goodness.
Well, and you know what they say, Hank. Dynamite comes in small packages. So.
That is awesome. I think I missed the primary receiver it was thrown to. I think it might have been Jace Livy. It was thrown to underneath on a corner route. It was popped up into the air. Savion Johnson with the heads-up play. Here comes the PAT now, and it's going to be called good. So we will bring it to a 31-0 ball game now for the Iowa Central Tritons, and that is Sports Center worthy. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Way to improvise there. Looks like we'll have a Triton down. It's looking like it could be an offensive lineman. But once again, the little man, Savion Johnson, only stands at 5'6", but he came up big. He even about jumped over his defender to even get that. So if you were the defender covering him, I missed the number there because I was so excited. I couldn't believe it was caught, but that was nasty. He got mossed there, as he would say. 31-0 now. 9 minutes and 16 seconds remain, and the Tritons are looking excellent.
And that injured Triton is up and moving on his own, so that is good. Number 63.
Good call there. Looks like it was the long snapper, Jace Whitner. Excuse me.
Just how about those Tritons? That's all I can keep thinking right now, you know?
Well, it looked like they were off to a poor start like they had earlier on in the first half, which I hate to say, because it was a 3rd and short, and they go long, which they tried earlier in the game, but then they got it to work. The throw over to Jace Levy, and he worked his way all the way down to inside the red zone on the 15-yard line, and then a simple quick pass, a corner route that was dropped but also hit up into the air, and that brung it to the miraculous catch by Savion Johnson. That is definitely one of my most favorite plays of the year. And that is so awesome, too, that it was Savion Johnson, because last week we didn't really get to call his number much. I mean, he is a underneath type of player. He's not someone that you expect to really get the ball that much, but he's sneaky quick. He's really athletic. And there goes the kickoff now. It's going to be fielded in that time by Kenan Anunye. Going to have to work his way. He ran his way backwards there, and he's going to lose yards. And it looks like the ball will be stopped at about the 15 or 14-yard line. Let's see what it'll be called officially. So the head official will place it down at the... They'll give it to him at, I guess it'll be the 15. Regardless, 9 minutes and 6 seconds remain in the third quarter, and if you don't know, football goes for 4 quarters, Link, so we got a lot of time left, and I've been having some fun in the booth. I can't lie. I think you can tell from my jolly expression. I feel like Christmas came early. I got a birthday in January, so it's not even near May, so I'm really excited for what's going on here, being a Triton fan.
I think the most satisfying thing is we're away from home. And you know, it always feels good winning at home, but when you win somewhere else, just a little bit of a foreshadow here. Maybe if we come away with a win, I should say, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the way we're playing right now, I have my thoughts, but I don't want to jinx anything yet. So.
That's right. And here comes a switch at the quarterback position. Desmond Prusha will be subbed in. We've seen him play earlier, and I guess we're going to go back to him for the ASA Miami Silver Storm. And it looked like it was a 15-yard penalty. I think it was an unnecessary roughness on the return against the Tritons, so that'll start ASA Miami on the 30-yard line. So maybe it was a good idea that they returned that and ran backwards, because instead of starting at the 25 like they would, if he downed it, they start on the 30. 1st and 10 now. A lot of yardage to be made here if you're ASA Miami. They're going to go with the inside zone handoff, bringing it to a 2nd and 9 early on. Clock is still ticking. 8 minutes and 40 seconds remain. In the shotgun now. Doubles, man in motion. Be headed over. Desmond pressure. Back to pass. He's going to have to step up to avoid the pressure in a form tackle. What a great tackle that time. And it really just went back to the fundamentals for Garrett Olendijk. As he got low, wrapped his man up, and brought it down for no gain. 3rd and 9 will remain. Ball will be on the 31-yard line. And we just marked away from the 8-minute mark. ASA Miami playing like they want to go back to the beaches, because they are not really concerned about the time whatsoever. And if you're an ASA Miami fan, you've got to be really concerned. Back to pass now. Out of the shotgun. Thrown up. Oh! And that was some great defense to break up the pass there from Deontay Nelson, the first time we called his name tonight. Out there playing the outside cornerback position, and it looks like the Silver Storm will elect to punt. Which, I mean, is the right decision, really, because they would be backed up. If the Tritons got it back following the 4th down, they would be backed up near in their own in the Silver Storm red zone once again, but otherwise I mean, if you're going to punt it here and you're down by so much, it's just, it's kind of defeating, it feels like. I mean, it is so early saying that, of course, but it doesn't feel good. Oh, and it looked like maybe some contact was made there on the ball, as it's only going to travel to the Triton 48-yard line. So they will take over right there. And CJ Christian didn't even need to field it there. So the Tritons will talk it over, and me and Link will be right back with you after the short break. Me and Link are back in this one as we're looking at shotgun formation. Looks like it'll be a handoff for Wiedemann. Wiedemann is going to have to change his direction. He's going to pick up 4 yards, maybe 5. At least 4, possibly 5. It'll be a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 now. Ball will be on the Silver Storm 49-yard line. 47-yard line, excuse me there. Missed it that time. 2nd and 7 now. 7 minutes taken away. Byron Jarrett takes his time to snap it. Wiedemann is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, so that'll call for a 3rd and long. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 now, as the Tritons will be stopped off at the 50-yard line. Man. Tritons, they're going back to that short run game, which I like to tick away the clock in that scenario, but it's the 3rd quarter. Expect maybe something a bit longer here as we're going to have some substitutions. It looks like we're going to have a new halfback in the game. It's going to be Isaac Kachota. Haven't called his name tonight either. Maybe since he subbed in, it's either he's going to be a decoy or he's going to get his number called. That would be big time. If you hear that on the broadcast, we just had a tractor drive by. And the Iowa Central baseball field is the Iowa Central softball field is right next to an airport. So we've heard planes on the broadcast before, but haven't called a tractor yet. So this is a new sight. Personal foul will be called. Let's see who it's against. The ref said personal foul, but there was no move of change, so I guess we'll keep it the same. 3rd and 9. Byron Jarrett, will be back in the shotgun. Man in motion, back to pass now. He's going to roll to the right, but sacked, although a flag will be down, maybe a hold. I think the flag was thrown before the edge rusher got to him.
We're right at 6 minutes, 1 second here in the 3rd quarter.
It looks like they will call it a sack, as I think it was a hold. Yep, more than likely it was a hold, so ASA Miami will do their part, decline that penalty, of course, because they came away with the sack there, courtesy of Christian Mabel. So now we await the Tokheim kick. Major Williams going to have to be subbed in. He's going to be a burner in there. A lot of rushers down on the field for ASA Miami. Oh, looks like they're trying to get a man to jump off sides. No. Ball snapped. It's going to be kicked up. Back into the woods. It's going to hit the 20-yard marker. And it's going to take a Triton bounce, and it's going to be backed up to the 17-yard line. That is exactly where ASA Miami will take over. And the Tritons just continue to look even better and elevating their game. I love it, I love it, I love it. 31-0. 5 minutes and 43 seconds will remain in the 3rd quarter. So there's still a lot of football to be played. Let's see if this is the drive that'll kick it forward to kick ASA Miami into gear. Tongue twister there. Desmond Prussia will stay in. Shotgun formation. Handoff. It's going to be a gain of about a few. Quayshawn Holmes in there. We've called his name a few times tonight. I think he's maybe even been the most impressive so far on the Silver Storm offense. 2nd and 9 now. Ball on the 18. Clock is still ticking. Pressure to take his time. Finally snaps it. He's going to have to throw it out. Tried to dump it off there for his tight end, but it's going to be broken up that time. I think it was Bryant Barrier that got there before anyone else. We also had Bilal Coney back there playing defense. He was in the area as well. 5 minutes and 7 seconds remain. 3rd and 9. And I'm starting to have no hope for this team. Here we go now. We are in shotgun formation. We see a bunch of trips off to the strong side. It's looking like it's going to be some vertical routes. Throwing it up. Oh! It looks like, I think it's going to be called defensive holding that time because I think, not entirely for sure, but it looked like E.J. Perry might have held his man because that's where the flag was thrown, which if that's the case, it'll be an automatic first down plus 15 yards for the Silver Storm. It's either that or he possibly didn't play the ball there because if you're a defensive back, you got to play the ball. It used to be a rule where you could just play the receiver you're going up against and not look at the ball, but now they changed the rule. You got to look at the ball. Pass interference, yep.
Number 20. Spot foul. First down.
And it will be a pass interference on Deontay Nelson. Or E.J. Perry, actually. Excuse me. So many 20s on this team. It gets me a little rattled, man.
It's all good.
4 minutes, 57 seconds remain. 1st and 10 now. Ball will be marked on the 27-yard line on the Silver Storm side. Trip formation on the weak side. Shotgun formation. This is where you see some screens happening. Ooh. Quayshawn Holmes, though, he'll move to the weak side as well. Interesting formation here. Yep, they're going to hand it off. Going to push it forward now for a gain of about 4. 2nd and... Oh, they might give him 5. 2nd and 5 now. Yep, they're going to give him 5. 2nd and 5. Ball on the 32-yard line. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Pushed back, pressure. Going to have to look. He's firing. Ooh. Like the ball was just a little too low. The receiver reached for it, but wasn't enough. I believe it was Christian Simon that tried to reach under and snag the ball there, but didn't work out for him too well, so that'll bring it to a 3rd and 5 now. The clock will be stopped with 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining, and it'll still be on the 32-yard line. Timeout hasn't been called yet so far for ASA Miami, and I think that's a good sign because they made sure to burn all of their timeouts in the first half. So let's see what they'll do here. Shotgun formation now, doubles. Big play right here. Looked like there was a hold called, so it'll actually be 2nd and 15 now. Correction, and we will have another penalty. It's either going to be a false start or a legal formation here. There's been so many penalties in this game today, Link. It'll be a false start on the offense once again. And that'll bring what could have been a 2nd and 5, a failed conversion, which would have made it 3rd and 5, but the Tritons accepted the 2nd and 15, and then another false start, which will lead it to be a 2nd and 20, and the ball will be placed at the 17-yard line. Oh, man. Back to pass now. Here comes a screen for the wide receiver. Makes a man miss, and it looks like he's going to get the most of what he lost, and that'll bring it to about a 3rd and 9 now. And the Triton defense, they just played conservative that time. They didn't want to give up a big gain. They were expecting them to go deep, but they just dumped it off that time. They had their safeties come back there. Regardless, it's okay. 3 minutes, 45 seconds remain now in the shotgun. Pressure, looks, fires. Oh, let's see if catch will be made. Oh, the line judge going to say it was fair. And that'll be a first down picked up after a 2nd and 20. And, wow, maybe a 1-up. This could be an extra life for them. 3.5 minutes remain in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, ball on the 38-yard line. Shotgun. Trips out to the right. Also going to have Holmes going to motion out over there, but the quarterback will call his own number, and it'll just be a gain of 1. And, oh, my goodness, this Triton defense is on fire with sniffing out the quarterback runs and the halfback draws. They've been so impressive. I think every single time they've been able to stop the quarterback and halfback draw at the line of scrimmage, besides one that led up to a big gain, one of the first downs for the Silver Storm team. We're looking at doubles now in the pistol. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remain now. Pressure waits the call. It's going to be hit over and thrown over now. Ooh. You said, I think you thought it could have been a fumble right there, but I don't think the receiver had possession of the ball long enough, ruling it an incomplete pass now. So that'll bring it to a 3rd and 8, ball on the 40-yard line. 2.5 minutes will remain. And the game clock will be stopped as it was an incomplete pass. Another big 3rd down here. Haven't crossed the 50 yet, and you've came away with 2 3rd downs for Miami. Play action pass, gonna have to scramble. Ooh, and a sack for Garrett Olendijk as he gets it done once again. Had to lunge at the laces of Desmond Pressure that time to make sure he got him for the sack, but he did indeed, and that'll lead to a 4th and long. It's gonna be, looks like the ball's gonna be placed at the 30-yard line, 31-yard line, it's looking like. Yep, going to be placed officially at the 31-yard line. 4th and 18. The clock is still ticking. Just got under 2 minutes now. The kick from Corey Barnes. It's going to be up. CJ Christian to field it. And he's going to treat it like a pop fly. Call for a fair catch rule. And the Tritons will take over on the 40-yard line. Way to go, Iowa Central Tritons, to maximize your field position. You've done it just about every single possession, starting with much better field position than your opponent. And now, with 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, you have another opportunity to score. Shotgun formation, doubles, false start against the offense. That'll back the Tritons up. Good call by the official that time. That'll go against number 76, Noah Howard. And, you know, obviously I don't like the call going against our Tritons link, but I'm happy the official called it and stopped the play before the Tritons used some more energy. Here we go now. 1st and 15. It was intended that time by number 84, Desna Washington, I believe. I think we actually had a on my roster sheet it says Desna Washington, but I believe he changed his number to number 1, so I think that's actually Mark Masters. Regardless, it'll be 2nd and 15. Ball on the 35. On the Triton side, a minute and a half remaining here. RPO. Ooh, could be a fumble. Play was called dead before anyone could jump on it. And they'll call it just an incomplete pass. I think Byron Jarrett came away lucky that time. Oh, man. ASA Miami's really frustrated after there. Stafford Everett showing a lot of emotion out there, as I think he would have came away with the fumble recovery. But here we go now. It's 3rd and 15. ASA Miami, you got to play great defense now. Trips on the weak side. Shotgun formation. Could be a handoff. Misdirection. No. Back to pass. Byron Jarrett now fires over the middle for Anik McKenzie. McKenzie going to be stopped right before the first down, bringing it to the 49-yard line, as I think it's going to be 4th and 1, and the Tritons may elect to go for it. It will be 4th and 1 at the 49. The Tritons will stay out there to go for it, and nope. Looks like a possible timeout will be made. We do have a Silver Storm player down, so they will take a break from the field, and we will take a break from you right up in the booth. Me and Link will be right back with you after a short minute. We have a number correction there. For number 4 on the Tritons, it's actually Jordan Cum instead of CJ Christian that's been wearing the number 4. I apologize there, but we are right back to the action. And the Tritons will pick up the first down following the 4th and 1, courtesy of Dylan Body. So he got an inside zone. We're going to have some extracurricular out there on the field. Sure, some words were being said there. Tritons went over there to stop their guy to, make sure no more was said there. But first down will be made for the Tritons. Ball will be on the 47-yard line, working towards the Silver Storm side. The clock's still ticking here. 35 seconds remain. Doubles on strong side, blocking back in formation. One safety out there. Going to be a handoff for Wiedemann. He's going to lose one. Bringing it to a 2nd and 11. Ball will be on the 47-yard line now. And that may be that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So they will switch sides there. The Tritons will start with it in the fourth quarter. 2nd and about 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. And, man, Link, what do you take away from that quarter, man?
I mean, we're playing really well. And, we're really holding back Silver Storm from getting some miles in, or, points, if you will. And I hope we keep it up. I hope we can maybe walk out of here with a goose egg.
That's right. I mean, it's looking like it very well could happen. It's been ASA Miami that has held their opponents to 0 points nearly all season long, but it looks like they're the ones to be held to 0 points. So sharing is caring, and, you know, it's their turn, Link.
That's right.
Tritons will start off in shotgun formation. Haven't seen a single snap from either team under center, which I actually like. Kind of open up the offense a little bit. Trips off to the weak side, by the way. Here comes a big-time screenplay. Trucked forward a little bit. That was big time for Cal Wiedemann. The Wiedemann bros are in the game, and there's some tarnishing to be doing between the two. Who's going to be the better player? Who's going to get the most yards? Who's going to score out of the two in this game? I mean, that's what they're battling between each other. It's a fun little rivalry on this Triton squad. Flag on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 2.
Oh, it'll be a personal foul going against the defense. So 15 yards after the big-time pass play, the screen, and that's going to put the Tritons up in prime time on the 18-yard line. 18 yards to go, 1st and 10. I said they were licking their chops earlier, and they're really licking them now. I mean, they're excited and hungry. I love that the Tritons keep scoring. They're not afraid to keep scoring. They're not shying away from just managing the clock. They're doing a great job at keeping to pound away here in the 4th quarter. Byron Jarrett now. Ooh, almost sacked. Had to make a man miss. It was floated up that time, but it'll be 2nd and 10 now. And really, Byron got the best he could out of that one. I mean, that could have went way south. He could have been sacked. He could have fumbled it. Throwing it away, I have no problem with that because we're in position where Swigman can hit this field goal. He hit a long field goal earlier. He did miss a shorter one to start off the game, but, I mean, it's been a human highlight reel for these Tritons, so I cannot complain. Here we go now. Trips on the weak side. Byron Jarrett back there with Wiedemann. He's going to hand it off to the other Wiedemann brother, to Jace, and he's going to get a few. It's looking like he may get it to a 3rd and 8 now. Ball will be on the 16-yard line. 14 and a half minutes to go. Clock is still ticking away. Here we go. Shotgun. Oh, free play. Gonna take a shot to Desna. Oh, Desna watched and bobbled it up, but he had a free play anyway. That's gonna give at least free 5 yards.
Defense number 0 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And that'll keep it to 3rd down.
Correction, 3rd down.
3rd and 3 now. Ball to be on the 11-yard line. 13 minutes and 54 seconds remain, and the Tritons are in the red zone. And inside the 15 a week ago, we've seen Wiedemann score twice. Let's see if they go back to him here. Inside zone. No, it's going to be a read option. You fooled me there, Link. Jeez. I mean, a play is usually pretty darn good if you fill the broadcaster up in the booth who can see just about everything, but I guess we had a player on ASA side to stop any yards to be gained there. Otherwise, we're going to have a 4th and short. Triton's looking to go for it here. 13 and a half minutes ticking away. We're in the shotgun. Maybe he's just trying to jump. No, it's going to be snapped. RPO now for Levy. Oh, he's going to catch it. He's going to be short. I think he needed to get to the 9-yard line. I think he's going to be stopped at the 10. It might be friendly, though. We'll see. Nope. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Which is like, the Tritons didn't come away with the score there, but actually the really good thing about that, Link, is ASA Miami will now have to start inside their own 10-yard line, which is not ideal whatsoever. They're going to break down the huddle, and they're going to head out there. Let's see what they have in store for us now. They will switch the quarterback position once again. George Pearson to come back out there. Going to be backed up. Back to pass now. Curl route. Gets him outside. That it was Keenan Anune that picked up the first down for Silver Storm. 13 minutes on the clock now. Going to have to act fast. And, you know, with it being the fourth quarter now, Link, I mean, you could almost just start up the bus right now. Big time throw, although. Looked like they tried to go back to Anune, but the coverage was there, courtesy of Deontay Nelson. So it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on the 21-yard line, 12 minutes, 42 seconds remaining. Here comes the snap now out of the shotgun, and he will be backed up. That was just a great tackle for loss that time by Jaden Morton out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Here comes a 3rd and 11 now. 12 minutes, 15 seconds remain here. In the pistol. Trips to the right. Excuse me, it's going to be doubles. Back to pass now. The throw. Oh. The reason we said was it went right over the head of Bilal Coney. Wow. He almost came away with another big-time stat. We saw him get a big-time return earlier on, and that was almost excellent once again. 4th and 11 now, and Silver Storm will punt. And it's starting to get darker and darker out, Link. It's not a really bright, sunshiny day, but the Tritons are making me pretty happy, so it makes me feel like it is.
Exactly, and that's what counts, you know.
Here's the punt now. It's going to be back up into the woods there. Cum will return it. He's going to make his way to the 50.
There's a flag on the play.
Got some extracurricular going down there, but they are on the Triton side, so you got to be careful. You don't want to make them too angry. And it looks like the second stringers will come in for the Tritons. We're going to have a switch up for quarterback Zach Marker, who got a play last week. He's got his helmet on. I'm assuming he is going to go in and be the play caller there for the Tritons. That's exciting to see him come in. Originally all season long, he's been more or less the third stringer behind.
Number 15, Iowa Central, 15 yards, first down.
Maybe a blocking back. That's going to lead to 15-yard penalty as it's going to back the Tritons up now. So I think they're going to be near around the 35. Yep, the Tritons will take over at the 35-yard line with Zach Marker coming up. The third-string quarterback who's been under Brady Pope and Byron Jarrett all season long got a play last week, and he was pretty impressive. He got some touchdowns to his name, picked up some yards, and all around he was more than a game manager, which was really impressive to see from the quarterback. In the shotgun, he will hand it off. Wow. Handed it off to Alex Gully. That'll go for looking like maybe an 8-yard gain. See where the ref will place it. Oh, flag will be in the backfield. Jeez, I'm not expecting so many flags have been thrown in this one. I mean, I have to have my eye everywhere. It's about every single play we see a new flag.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
So it's holding on offense, but it looked like we're going to have unsportsmanlike. Flag was thrown, the backfield. Haven't got the official call yet.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 20 of Miami. That's his second unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 20 is ejected.
It'll be an unsportsmanlike conduct against number 20. And with that being his second of the game, he will be ejected. Stafford Everett. So that'll make the Tritons start at the 45-yard line. It will be 1st and 10.
There's a correction. That was Miami's number 20 first unsportsmanlike conduct. He's allowed to stay.
The head judge actually will have a change. Corrected himself. Stafford Everett, that was his first unsportsmanlike, actually. So he will be allowed to stay in the ballgame. The official marker will be on the Triton 42-yard line. 11 minutes, 34 seconds remain here in the fourth quarter. Zach Marker will be in the shotgun with Kachota. We have a tight end in the blocking back set. Doubles to the strong side. Motion Kachota out. He's going to pump fake to the right. He'll take it for himself. Ran heavy for a gain of about 5.
Rush to the 47-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 5 for the Tritons.
11 minutes taken away here. To be snapped now. Giving it off to Kachota. He will be stopped right before the first down. A helmet will fly off. That was Darius Stokes. That was Darius Stokes, the cornerback number 1. Who's even wearing the number 1, coincidentally. He's going to have to come out. So we'll have a substitution, and we will see Stafford Everett back into the game. In the shotgun. The snap. Hit over to Kachota. Kachota to fight for it. He's going to make his way back to the 50. It'll be a loss of 1. 4th and 2 now. 10 minutes just ticked away in this one. Snap now going to be handed off to Kachota. Ooh, it's going to be close. Oh, they may have to measure it. That is close. I think they're saying to move the chains. Let's see here. And they will. It'll be a 1st and 10 now. Not just the players now, but it's looking like everyone on the Silver Storm side is very, very flustered. The Tritons will use a timeout now, the first of the second half. 9 minutes and 16 seconds remain here. Me and Link will be right back with you after the short break. Welcome, Triton Nations. We are back and ready to go as we see a Triton first down in this one. Tritons is at the Silver Storm 48-yard line. We are stuck in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes 16 seconds remaining. The Tritons pulled the starters, and they have the second and third stringers in here. Looks like we're going to see an offsides called. Yep, false start. So it'll be a 1st and 15 now, and the ball will now be placed on the Triton 47. If you're just joining us, you are currently listening to Hank Ambrose and Link Clay, the broadcast from the University of Upper Iowa here, as Iowa Central Tritons dominate ASA Miami early on, and they've just kept the lead the whole time, really, is the story of the game. Zach Marker to roll out. Oh, he's going to take a shot. No, he's going to keep going. Oh, horse collar. I think it was a horse collar. He came up right away. Zach Marker's such a tough kid. I love it.
Offside. Defense. Number 0.
It'll be offsides against the defense. Penalty will be declined. That was against Kare Daly.
Number 19. Defense.
And now a personal foul against number 19 on the defense. We'll go against them, and we will move the chains. Even though it was just a first down, it'll remain. So 1st and 10 now. Ball on the 34 on the Silver Storm side. Let's see if the Tritons can punch it in once again. 9 minutes just ticked away there. In the shotgun. Elect to hand it off to Wiedemann. Wiedemann he's gonna lose a yard. That was Jabari Haney that got there for the tackle for loss. Now, just a heads up for you Triton fans, this is not the last football game of the season, as next week, May 29th, The Iowa Central Tritons will be going up against New Mexico Military Institute at Dodger Stadium in Fort Dodge. Kickoff will be at 12 p.m., so be sure to put that on your calendar. Of course, Triton Nation will broadcast it here on its YouTube page. Zach Marker going back to pass.
There we go.
Madison Ridgeway. Oh, my goodness. Hit him on a simple crossing route. We're going to have a flag back by Zach Marker. It might have been roughing the passer there. And there's just too many great receivers on this Iowa Central team. Looks like we're going to have a player down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 30 of the defense.
Looks like Rodney McCraw
First down.
to be down. Personal foul on the defense. It'll be declined. Man, I hope he's okay. Looks like Rodney McGraw will get up to his own power. He'll just sit out next play. Looks like he's got a stinger on his forearm. So a sub will come in. Eight minutes and 1 second here. It'll be a 1st and goal now. Ball on the 3-yard line. Zach Marker gets an opportunity to score here. Let's see if he'll be the one to capitalize. We seen him score last week. I'd love to see him score once again here. Marker to be in shotgun. Doubles on the strong side here. Going to be a handoff. Handed it off that time. I think that was Takpour Tia. They'll go hurry up offense. 7.5 minutes to tick away here. 3 yards to go. It'll be another handoff. And he'll be stopped just short once again. Ball came free, but I think he's okay. Seven minutes now. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Can't get another first down. You're going to have to punch it in here. Come lined up in the slot. Have an eye out for him. Maybe a slant or an RPO. Hand it off to Tia. And he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage for a 3rd time. Bringing it to 4th and goal. 6.5 minutes remain. And Alex Gully will come in. The 3rd string halfback, and they will sub out Tia. It was close there. 6 minutes, 15 seconds remain now. Let's see what the Tritons do here. Got 2 yards to score. RPO. Oh, my goodness. That play was perfectly executed, but it was dropped. Dropped that time by Carson Hiselbeck. Oh, my goodness. So now Silverstorm will take over on their own 2-yard line. But shoot. I mean, that would have gotten our guy the score, Zach Marker. But, I mean, I think Zach Marker had enough room. He could have maybe even ran it in himself. But he wanted to throw it to not only his teammate but his buddy to get the touchdown. And he just dropped it. Oh. And, I mean, you're a 2nd string, you're a backup player. You just get a little too excited to catch a pass in there, and you'll lose it. Here comes yet another quarterback change as we'll go back to Desmond Prescia. So he'll hand it off. Ooh. Alec Wibble. He'll be pushed down. Six minutes taken away, and the clock is still going. We're looking at him in the gun. 2 backs. Pressure gets the play called. He's going to have the audible. Here we go now. Back to pass. Going long. Oh, and it looks like it could be caught. And it's going to be a defensive pass interference. What a great catch that time by Keenan Anune. Keenan Anune along with Kayshawn Holmes. Kayshawn Holmes has been 2 of my favorite players from this Silver Storm team. Oh my goodness. They've made a lot of really good plays in this one. And that's going to bring it to an automatic first down. They don't need the defensive pass interference to come away with the first down there. That was a great throw and catch that time for Silver Storm. Where was that earlier in the game when they needed it? I mean, if you're a fan of Silver Storm, you got to be thinking of that. It'll be 1st and 10 now. We'll be on the Silver Storm 39-yard line. Here comes the handoff now to Alec Wibble. Be pushed forward for a gain of 5. Well, we got 5 minutes remaining here. I mean, we'll dive into the key takeaways in the post game, of course, but I'm just so impressed that how well this Triton team came to play. This is a team that scores 31 points a game. They only have allowed 9 points a game all season long. They've only allowed a single score to one team. That was Snow College. We know how great they are. And the Tritons come out and they play better than Snow College in this one. So maybe it was just the change in the climate or something, but it really, really affected ASA Miami today. That'll bring it to a 3rd and 6 now. Ball will remain on the 43-yard line.
3rd and 6 for the Silver Storm.
See if they convert it here. Throwing it over now. Ooh! Wow, he wrapped him up big time. If he missed lunch there, I mean, he made sure to give him a wrap there. That was number 47 that time. Noah Epley from New Hartford, Iowa, to go in and make the tackle there. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remain in the shotgun formation. Trips on the strong side. Holmes in motion. Throwing it over to him. Uh-oh, swing pass. Oh, he's going to be pushed up, but he's going to keep rumbling and bumbling and stumbling his way to a near first down. I think it's going to be a 2nd and about 1. They may give it to him. Let's see. No, it'll be a 2nd and 2. 3 minutes, 45 seconds, and it's still ticking away here. Pressure back there with Holmes. Doubles on each side. Ooh, faked the pass. Pressure to scramble now. And they'll get to about the 35, 36-yard line. Officially, they will call him down at the 37. First down. Silver Storm. In the shotgun. Doubles. Play action. Looking deep. And the pressure is too much. As Antonio Harris got the sack from Berwyn, Illinois. It'll be a loss of 7 now. 2nd and 17. As it's going to be backed up to the 43-yard line now.
2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining on the clock. I think, we're almost destined here for what quite possibly a goose egg.
Back to pass now. Going to throw it over. Throwing it over, and he will be down there. That was Keenan Anune. Trying to show some life in the Silver Storm team. Let's see if they can at least get on the scoreboard before leaving Iowa here.
2 minutes remain.
Third and about 11. Pressure. Gets the snap. Gonna be a swing pass now. Over to Wibble. Wibble looking like he's gonna make a man miss and go towards the first down marker. And he's gonna get a little more than that even. Picking it up about a near 15-yard gain on the swing pass. And it looked like he would be pushed out of bounds. A minute 39 seconds remain here. Ball is going to be on the 25. Going to take a shot to the end zone here. Oh, it might be caught. And it will. The touchdown pass going to be scored that time for Silver Storm. Finally an answer, but it's going to be way too late in this ball game as we got a minute and 31 seconds left on the clock. Still looking to see who scored that officially. I think it might have been Anune, who's gotten his number called quite a bit in this one. It was Anune. Great grab and great throw that time by Pressure. And Silver Storm will finally get a score on the board, 31-6, and they're going for two, man. Holmes in the pistol. Oh, RPO, big time tackle for loss. I mean, that would have been a sack actually, but holy smokes, he really hit the ringer there. Antonio Harris there in time to wrap around Pressure. That'll bring it 31-6 now with a minute and 31 seconds remaining as we will await a Silver Storm kickoff. We are back in this one. The minute and 31 seconds remain. The kickoff, as they will not attempt an onside kick, as I think ASA Miami is really just giving up in this one. As the Tritons can go and they can kneel it away for the victory here. Let's see what they will come out and do. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Tritons at the 25-yard line. Oh, wow. We're going to have a complete switch around at quarterback. Not for sure who's out there. I wonder if it's Josh Reed. I have number 3 on my score sheet as Joshua Reed. I'm not for sure if that's exactly who that is, but way to go. Have a switch around at quarterback position. We're having fun out there, Link. Going to run a few plays. 2nd and 12. Ball on the 23-yard line now. Reed's going to be back there with Kachota. Minute ticking away now. I'm going to throw it over. Oh, big time. No, it's not going to wrap it up. Going to be a shove. Oh, Cum was almost off to the races there. First down and more was made that time for Cum. He's been quite the impressive player today, man. We've seen him a lot on the returns, but I've been really impressed with him in the receiving game as well. This Triton team needs to get him involved more and more for the future. Be shoved out of bounds, stopping the clock for the moment. Excuse me. 31-6. The score of your game. Going to be pump fake, but a halfback draw for Kachota. Kachota takes off, gets more than a first down needed. He's going to get a 17-yard gain.
Rush for a gain of 17 for another Iowa Central first down.
32, 31, 30. Clock continues to go and go and go, and this is almost way more impressive of a drive than any of the drives ASA Miami has had, and like the 4-stringers are in. I think our names are going to be called up next here, Link. Come with the stiff arm, pushed out of bounds.
Pass complete for a gain of 5 yards.
This has been a really, really great affair going against these teams. It's been a lot of fun to watch. It hasn't necessarily been a close one all game long, but it's been a highlight reel for the Tritons. And like I said earlier, if you missed it, this is not the last game for the Tritons. Next week, they will take on New Mexico Military Institute at Dodger Stadium. 12 p.m. kickoff there on a Saturday. Ooh, Kachota gets a man going once again. He's going to get like another 7-yard gain. Excellent run there, and that'll be it. The final play of the game will be going towards Kachota. And that'll be it from us. Wow, what an excellent, excellent game. Our Tritons come up on top, Link. It's been a great time broadcasting. Thank you for everyone tuning in to this one, to Triton Nation. We loved having you here. Thank you for being a part of the broadcast. I'd also like to thank Mason. He has been working camera all day out there. Not too bad of weather, but he's doing a great job for us today. Link, I'd like to thank you for joining me in the booth.
Thank you.
Broadcasting me your first football game. It's been a lot of fun. And I'd also like to thank the Upper Iowa University Peacocks to let us come to their new amazing field. I mean, this is an amazing stadium. I love the booth. It's been a lot of fun coming here. Thank you for hosting us. It's been awesome so far going in for us, and it was a fun game. I'd like to thank ASA Miami fans for tuning in to the broadcast, and also I'd like to thank ASA Miami Silver Storm for coming out onto the field and playing against Iowa Central in this game. It's been an odd season with all the COVID-19 and the quarantining and everything, and I would just like to thank you for coming out and playing against my favorite Triton football team. And
They're a good team.
They're a great team. I mean, you cannot take this one game away from them there. I mean, they've played great defense all year. They've scored a lot, but the Tritons just came to play today. They just came to play. They just wanted to go and do really, really well in this one. And, I mean, I've been impressed by them, really. Otherwise, some more key takeaways. I mean, besides that the Tritons came to play, of course, they came to step up. Byron Jarrett, he had to start today. We've seen him start earlier in the season, but he came back and forth between him and Brady Pope. Of course, the starters. We also had Washington out in this game. It looked like he maybe has a season-ending injury in this one. That halfback game between everyone, between Isaac Kachota, Dylan Body, even Wiedemann, and some other guys. They got to step in. They got to play today, which is so exciting to see everyone on the roster get a snap today, or near everyone, of course. And, I mean, it's football. We all love football. It's been great. And any other takeaways from you, Link?
I exactly agree with you, Hank. All your points are exactly the way I feel. You know, the Tritons were ready to come and play they did. They came out with a great win. So nothing much more you can say about that.
That's exactly right there. Once again, thank you for tuning in. You've been listening to Hank Ambrose and Link Clay, and we will catch you next time for Up Next on Triton Nation.
Are you